Hello and welcome back to another video. Today we are looking at the Totsuka blade. It is a power of 5 ultimate and has a duration of 2. So this means that you'll most likely get it roughly twice in a match. And it's a very basic ultimate where anyone who is literally like charging towards you or like at your feet will instantly die the moment that you activate it. So it's like a instant close range death shotgun button, but there's no real projectile. Anyway, and then the second part where the projectile actually happens is where you slam the Susanoo sword down, the blade part of it, and then you go ahead and send out a wave of by wave I mean like a straight line of fire, and that straight line of fire will also damage people, and if anyone dies from this ultimate, they have an increased respawn time, I think of around 20 seconds or something. So yeah, pretty cool, pretty strong. Usually it one-shots everyone. There are rare cases where people aren't one-shotted by it. I myself kind of, have been like 50-50 on it whenever I get hit by it. So sometimes I survive, sometimes I don't. But yeah, technically it's survivable, technically it's not, because most of the time it one-shots. Most of the time I do die to it. Not die to it, but like most of the time I actually dodge it because it's quite easy to dodge, because when people do it, they don't use a close range, and not only that, but they kind of end up trying to use the blade part more than they do the actual initial startup. And the initial startup is probably the more important part, because it can instantly activate, no one will know that you're going to use your ultimate, and essentially if they're charging at you, they're just dead. It's just an instant death button. So yeah, people underestimate how strong it is because of of how instantaneous it is. I mean, I don't think anyone underestimates it necessarily, but I think it's one of those things where it's just untelegraphed. If it was telegraphed, then yeah, sure. But it's one of the ultimates that is untelegraphed, and it's kind of just instant, so you can't really react to it. Anyway, but yeah, the advantages is the fact that what I just said, and then the disadvantages is the second part, because the blade part isn't exactly accurate. And what happens usually is the person that you're trying to either kill might die, and because they died, the lock-on will, not concentrate, and then it will concentrate just on the direction that you're facing in. And that's quite bad, especially if the person that you already killed is dead and there's a second person coming in, and your ultimate isn't even facing towards them to hit them. Now, if you're locking onto someone else while someone else is trying to charge at you, then yeah, it's perfectly fine. Then your blade will go ahead and aim towards the person that you're locked onto, and the person that was charging at you will go ahead and die from the initial startup of it, because they were charging at you. Otherwise, avoiding the blade is pretty simple and easy. But yeah, as you can see, Tsunade died, but then for some reason it didn't automatically target the other people within a very close range. So very strange. Don't know why it doesn't do what Susanoo Flame Control would. That ultimate was they could just literally reuse the assets of the AI and then just apply it for that one attack, but it is what it is, I guess. But yeah, the blade itself travels quite a distance until it stops and basically hits an obstacle. It is literally just a one-shot ultimate that extends respawn time, which is pretty useful, especially in combat battles, base battles, black battles, just about everything. The longer you make someone, take to respawn, the more of an opportunity you have to go ahead and actually just, commit to more actions and not worry about the enemy as much as you would normally. But yeah, that's pretty much it for the showcase. I'll show it one last time, and yeah, it's just as I said, if you lock on, it's completely fine. It will lock on to the people that you're aiming for. So yeah, I was locked onto Orochimaru that time, so yeah, Orochimaru wasn't close to me, and then I managed to hit everyone in one go. So yeah, that's it for today's video, and peace out.